It was 10 years ago this month that Lilly Endowment granted more than $29 million to establish Rose-Hulman Ventures in Terre Haute at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Here now with more on a decade in business are Bill Kline. Bill is the Associate Dean of Professional Experiences at Rose-Hulman, and Mitch Landess is Manager of Client Programs at Rose as well. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Gary. Great to be here.
Bill, I'll start with you. 10 years,
Sure.
And it seems like yesterday. I was there. I remember when this all happened.
Right.
There was great expectation and a lot of fanfare about it. Fast forward 10 years. In your view, what has the impact of Rose-Hulman Ventures been on not only companies around Indiana, but students as well?
Well, there's a couple different ways to measure that. I mean, we've worked with over 125 different companies. We've involved 750 different students. And the impact that's been both educational for students and value added for clients, I think that's been the real impact of the program.
And the unique, for lack of a better term, the unique selling proposition of this model is it is a balance between the company and focus on the company and the experience of the student.
Sure. The company will give us a real engineering problem that they have. They'll get results of value back from that. But along the way, it's a great internship experience for our students that they get to practice the skills they're learning in the classroom in the context of a real project with a client.
Mitch, how many companies are you working with now? And give us a typical, if there is such a thing as a typical program with a company. What types of things are involved?
Well, we've got a portfolio of about 20 companies we're working with right now. That's a good number for us. That's probably average that we'll do. Companies will come to us. They'll usually want us to develop the first ever of something. We fit in a space that I like to say it's what a business will sometimes call research, but never really what an academic will call research. We're building the first ever, do a lot of medical devices. We've got a number of those things going on right now.
And as you look back over the course of the past 10 years, a lot of people in Indiana familiar with Suros surgical systems.
Yeah.
They grew into a company, and that management team then spun out another company, Nico. So
Yeah.
that's a really great example of a success story.
Yeah, the Suros is probably the highest profile, the biggest visibility success we had. We worked with them very early on in development of their breast biopsy platform. Also an investor in the company, so we had a nice return on that, had great student experiences. And now we're kind of on round two. The original management team spun out doing Nico. We've been working with them about 18 months now, developing their Myriad neurosurgical tissue resection device.
And I believe you work with, or have worked with Fast Diagnostics,
Fast Diagnostics,
which this week was in our news headlines, getting some money.
Absolutely. So that's technology licensed out of IU School of Medicine, and they're incubated in the IURTC. So we're developing their kidney diagnostic platform with them.
Bill, as you look going forward, innovation I know is really a buzzword and a key focus. And how are you going to integrate innovation into the model?
Well, we think innovation is what we do. It's what we're good at, the innovation stage projects with companies. As Mitch said, our work comes after the research is done, and we're working on helping companies take their developments down the path to the marketplace. So we think it speaks to what we do, how we will do it, and that's really the message that we want to carry forward.
And obviously, I should mention a third wing, because they're the students, they're the companies. But as Mitch talked about, there's a real impact on the state of Indiana as well in terms of the economy.
Economic development is clearly one of the outcomes of the program. It's not the top measure by which we measure our success, but it clearly is one of the impacts that the program has had over the last 10 years.
Very good. Bill Kline and Mitch Landess from Rose-Hulman Ventures, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks,
and
Gary.
Congratulations on a great 10 years.
Thank you.
All right. Well, coming up, there are no mountains in Indiana, but in this week's Inside Indiana Sports segment, Bill Benner talks about some serious mountain climbing with an Indiana connection. And our insiders are here, and they are ready to break down the week's top business stories, including a new report on orthopedics in Indiana. That's coming up next.